I don't know. What are you doing, machine? Bad sewing machine. So every year, my spinning guild hosts an antique spinning wheel showcase at a local Pioneer Era museum. Up until now, I haven't had a working antique wheel where I could take part in that. And this year, let's see, right now it's the end of January, and the showcase is the beginning of March. So now I have my wheel. If I want to be a part of the spinning wheel showcase, I need a period appropriate dress. So my wheel is somewhere circa mid 19th century from Finland. So it led me to a rabbit hole of looking into Finnish folk costume. Of course, the museum would accept anything kind of vaguely pioneerish dress. If it's the Finnish wheel, I should make a Finnish style dress to go with it to kind of, match my wheel. And of course, reading up, using Google Translate to look at Finnish websites, the regional Finnish like folk costume, I guess they call it national dress. It was the direct translation, but it varies very specifically by region, lots of different styles. Unfortunately, I don't know specifically what region my dad purchased this wheel in. Otherwise, it would be really fun to like match the dress style to the region that this wheel came from. But there is a Finnish YouTuber. I'll add her name on the screen because I think I can't remember. I was just looking at her blog. So she has some blogs and YouTube videos about making a few of the different Finnish national costumes. And of course, I looked up and you can buy different patterns all in Finnish. You can get PDFs of the various ones, but for like a whole costume, it costs probably at least 100 euros or more. I only have a month to do this, so we're not going to go completely like super traditional accurate, but I got inspiration from this YouTuber. I'm going to make a sarafan type Eastern Finnish dress because I think I can kind of mock that up to be close without having to buy a pattern. So the first thing we're going to do is make the underdress that is usually worn with that. And to do that, I'm going to cobble together parts of 3 different costume patterns. I'm going to use basically the length of the undergown and kind of the raglan sleeves of this McCall's costume, kind of medieval period. I think I might use the placket because the Finnish underdress has kind of a slit. This that buttons at the top, so I might kind of steal that from this simplicity Scottish kind of looking pattern. And then the sleeves on that, it looks like they're kind of a little bit of a leg of a mutton sleeve, so they're looser, puffier at the top, and then kind of get closer at the elbow and down to the wrist. I'm going to kind of steal the tapering of the sleeve from this McCall's Pioneer Era costume. So I'm going to try and cut out the underdress piece. Wish me luck. Got some white calico that I got for free from my mom, about 3.5 yards. Would have been lovely to buy some nice white linen, but free is good, especially for a rather experimental project that I don't know how it's going to go. Let's start with the front piece. I think we'll cut out a large. Honestly, the medium probably would fit just fine, but kind of in between a large and a medium. So kind of nice cutting out on a table. Usually my children have stuff all over the table and I'm too lazy to clean out, and they end up cutting out things on the floor upstairs, which works fine, but also we constantly have the fan going upstairs and it blows the pattern pieces around, so this is actually probably much nicer just to cutting out on the table. Alright, the center back is on a fold. Okay. I think we're just going to add a seam to the back to make better use of the fabric. Yep, that's what we're going to do. Okay, let's look at these sleeves. So this is a sleeve that matches. No. Okay, I decided to go with this nightgown pattern because basically the same as the undergown and this McCall's pattern. They're both McCall's patterns. And this had less pieces to sort through. We've got this giant raglan sleeve. And the leg of mutton sleeve that is a satin sleeve, so we don't need the satin sleeve part. I'm going to kind of taper it, I guess, down more to this shape. Let's see. Okay, this is also longer, but that's okay because it's not that much longer. And I think the largest size on here is kind of similar to the medium size, which, okay, looks like, theoretically, I probably should make, I wonder if I should trace this out onto a different, maybe I should go find some muslin so we can cut out one test sleeve. That would probably be a smart thing to do, huh? Okay. Before we actually cut up, let's do that. Let's be smart about this instead of just totally winging it. All right, we've got our pattern pieces. Did test out the sleeve. Didn't film it. Don't know where I put the test sleeve, but anyways, modified sleeve pattern, fronts and backs. So let's get sewing. And hopefully my brain will work because I did not sleep well last night, so I guess we shall see how it goes. And let's see. All right, I'll leave my pin box downstairs. First, we're gonna sew that center back seam that I added to my back piece. And in addition to being tired and feeling like my brain is a little befuddled, I'm also sewing with an unfamiliar sewing machine. I have a brother machine that I've had for 15 years, and the last, I don't know, year or so, it hasn't been quite acting right, having some trouble with stitch size, changing the stitch size and back stitch and stuff. So I finally took it in after having done the holiday sewing. Finally took it in to get serviced, and I just got a call this week that they decided it's the circuit board that needs replacing, and it's only a $30 part. So obviously the most expensive is the labor for the maintenance and stuff. But the kicker is they don't have the circuit board, and it's out of stock with Brother, and so they have no idea when it will be in stock, when they'll get the part. So luckily, my sister has a sewing machine that she rarely uses, so I'm sewing on her machine, and we shall see how we get along. Oops, and it's shifting because I didn't pin it because I was being lazy. And my thread snapped. Good thing I was at the end. I was wanting to cut it anyways. Okay, thread, why did you snap? Oh, unfamiliar sewing machine. I do not know your ways. Tension. Seems slightly wonky. I don't know. What are you doing, machine? I mean, it seems to be working better than my machine was, but I mean, it looks fine on the top. It's just slightly wonky on the bottom. Something. I mean, seems like it's gonna hold. I guess we'll go with it. At least it's making smaller stitches. My machine was stuck on like basting stitch size only. So this definitely seems more secure than that. pin my pieces this time. We're going to do the side seams. Ah, no! Flub. My brother machine won't go if the presser foot's up. So, don't have to worry about accidentally bumping the foot pedal and sewing at the wrong time. Okay, let's press our foot down, ready to go. Yeah, my underside is still looking slightly wonky, but sturdy enough. I will I will stop trying to obsess over it. We're just going with it. Let it go, let it go. Hooray, 2 side seams. I'll go press those off camera because I don't want to drag my camera over there. Found my test sleeve. It was hiding under my pattern pieces. So looking at it, I think it's the right shape and things. I realized probably should round that corner off where I went from the original pattern sleeve to the taper because it's kind of pointy there. So I thought I'll just round it off sewing and then trim the seam allowance down. Let's try the sleeve. I'm assuming it's going to fit sort of. I mean, the test one seems to be okay, but okay, yeah, fits like a sleeve. Okay. Second sleeve. All right. 2 sleeves, back and a front. Now it's time to sew the sleeves to the dress. Actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and hem the bottom of this so that I can do that without the sleeves flapping about. I'm going to go press that and then we'll hem that. Okay, actually change the plan. I'm not going to hem it now because I remembered as I went to go iron in the hem that this is actually only about knee length, and according to the Finnish YouTuber that I'm kind of mocking this up, or not mocking, that I'm kind of following along, taking inspiration from. That's the word, taking inspiration. Her underdress is almost as long as the overdress. So I have a piece of muslin that I'm going to use and add a ruffle. Piece of muslin that would have my children so kindly cut eye holes out of, right in the middle. I think they were trying to be ghosts. Anyway, so I'll use this to make the ruffle for the bottom of this so that it's longer. That's the plan. Let's see, how wide is it to the part with the eye holes? Okay, so maybe I won't make it ruffled. Maybe we'll just, because it's just about as wide, just to the eye holes. We'll just cut it as wide as this, and we'll still make it long. But I'll sew it on there, and then I guess later we can figure out how much hem we need. No, okay, I was eyeballing it wrong. No. Oh wow. I'll just sew a patch over the eyeballs. It's gonna be covered up. No one's gonna see it. Maybe I should just lay it down and cut it instead of trying to rip it. here I am seaming the 2 side seams on the 2 muslin pieces that will go on the bottom of the underdress. And now I am sewing that muslin piece to the bottom of the underdress. Time to iron. And then I guess I'll go ahead and put the sleeves in and do that, because I guess I won't really know how long I need to hem it to until I can try it on. Sleeve time. Baby sleeve time. I can match the correct sleeve to the correct side. Small notches, small notches. Okay, there we go. Brain slow to her. I'll tell you what, I was so excited about working more on this that my brain was racing all last night and I couldn't sleep because I was like, ooh, I get to sew some more on this tomorrow. Resulting in a sluggish brain, making it hard to sew. Ah, thanks, brain. Thanks, brain. No, don't munch my sewing. Bad sewing machine. Okay, looks like sleeve on top of a dress. Definitely what I was going for, so let's do a second sleeve. Don't know if you heard the iron beeping. It likes to beep to say, hey, don't forget about me. I mean, technically it's hey, you left me plugged in. Don't worry, iron. I'm coming back to you in a little bit. Don't be lonely. All right, now we need to gather the neckline. I'm gonna see if this machine, if I can set my tension up really high and kind of let it sort of automatically gather. Let's test on a piece of scrap. Okay, I think that's gonna work. Hopefully I can pull this top thread longer. Why? What are you... I think that's... Okay, let's unthread you. It's tightening itself on the wrong thing. It's so stiff. Ugh. Why are you so stiff? Just not. Why will you not give me extra slack? Well, that's going to be annoying for the gathers. I need more long tail. Okay, well, we at least have a long stitch length, so wish me luck. Loosen up. Loosen up. Why are you stuck? Something be stuck. Ah! Oh, come on. Well, that's surely not right. No, please. Ah. Please be user error and not something wonky with the machine. Okay, well, it's back to the working wonkiness instead of the spaghetti noodle wonkiness. Oh goodness, it was like that on this other. Okay, well, that also was all wonky. I guess it didn't like me messing with the tension dials. Hoot! Take all this out too. Yeah, look at all that wonkiness. Okay, we won't mess with your tension, Mr. Machine. Okay, let's try this again. And usually, you're supposed to put in two parallel gathering stitches, but I've gotten lazy and just gone with one, and it's usually worked out, and I don't want to push my luck with this persnickety machine. I pressed one edge of the neckband under about 1/4 of an inch, and now I am gathering the neck opening to fit the neckband. Will you gather? Please say yes. Don't break. Somehow my brain thinks if I give things pep talks, then they'll work better. Okay, that seems to work. Let's refill our bobbin. Where'd our neckband go? Oh, there. Where I put it. Okay, let's see if we can maybe not drop pins all over the floor. Where did you go? Where did you land? Oh, there. Okay. Oh, hello, Iron. Yes, I hear that you feel neglected. Oh, less than an hour before my kids get home from school. Hopefully, we can get this all finished off before then. Okay, now we're just sewing down the neck binding, I think. And then we shall be done, temporarily done with this project, because I'm going to wait to do the final hemming, trimming, hemming, until I have the overdress finished, because I want to have them close to the same length, but this will be slightly shorter, so okay, let's take a peek on how that looks on the outside. Oof. So much fabric. Probably give that another press when that's turning in, but woo! We have a mostly finished underdress. One thing I did read, those found examples, that apparently a lot of times they'll have hand embroidery, often in red work, kind of around the collar, sometimes around the hems. So depending on timeline, I probably won't do that right away, but I'll definitely keep it in mind as something that would be fun to add. Hooray! We've got step one mostly done. Here is the completed underdress. I'm very happy with how it turned out. And the sleeves, the sleeve modification went well. I did end up getting it hemmed. The only thing that I'm not 100% happy of is the size of the neck opening. By itself, it's okay, but when I tried the overdress on over it, it just like bunched up weird. So I just folded it over like a pleat and just pinned it for now. I don't have the time or headspace to undo all this and shorten it and regather it. Not happening this year. So that will be a project for next year, to try and remember that before the showcase that I need to redo this. Other than that, I think it all turned out well. I will have some upcoming videos about making the rest of the outfit, which includes the overdress and accessories. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can get notified when those upcoming videos come out. And we'll see you next time. Bye!